Welcome to this Meetings Net Fast Chat. Today I have the pleasure of talking to industry veteran Stuart Evans. He's the Vice President of Sales for Visit Phoenix. Welcome, Stuart.
Hi, Sue.
There's always something going on for the Phoenix convention market, but let's start with a huge win for the destination. After more than 50 years holding SEMICON West in San Francisco, as you know, next year Semi will hold its influential event with more than 10,000 attendees in Phoenix. It's got plans to return in 2027 and 2029. I understand Phoenix was vying with other destinations, particularly California and Texas, for the business. Can you tell me a little bit about this win?
Absolutely. Obviously, not only for the state of Arizona, Phoenix, and the downtown community, it was a huge win for us as a whole. I had the pleasure of actually attending the SEMICON West in San Francisco this past July, and wow, with over 10,000 people coming to this conference, we were very fortunate, obviously, to be awarded for next October, the SEMICON West program. And for those that do not know, obviously, SEMICON West is North America's premier microelectronics conference that will be held at our state-of-the-art Phoenix Convention Center. The show is scheduled for October 2025. And as you touched on, will be over 10,000 attendees and hundreds of exhibitors all throughout the board. The announcement actually came to the latest in a string of successes for Arizona's semiconductor industry as a whole, highlighted by a factory complex under construction currently in North Phoenix by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. And it's the state's largest private investment ever. And there's also a sizable expansion for Intel's complex in Chandler, Arizona.
Well, it's the semiconductor industry in your area, but it's also the city's hospitality infrastructure. Isn't that right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're very fortunate enough to, Phoenix Sky Harbor is only just a few miles away from downtown as a whole. And as I mentioned, the state-of-the-art Phoenix Convention Center was fortunately named one of the top convention centers in the United States. Phoenix landed at number 8 spot in 2023 Wall Street Journal article that was placed, and we outbid Seattle and Dallas as well, which is fantastic. It's a very competitive market to capture these types of conferences into a specific city. And Phoenix was second closest in the airport. That had different ranges of how we were ranked in the top 30, and fortunate enough that we were top 8, and extremely excited to welcome the semiconductor attendees.
Going to be a big show. Now, Phoenix, you've more than proven yourself. You're in your ability to host major events. Just look at this year's NCAA Men's Final Four, the 2023 Super Bowl. But is there anything about bringing SEMICON West to the city that will be, unusual or challenging?
Yes, I'll give you one word: opportunity. It will open up the doors to a lot of companies in the chip manufacturing world, bioscience world as a whole, the electronics component. When I was attending the SEMICON West conference in San Francisco and just saw the plethora of companies that support the semiconductor industry as a whole, we have the opportunity to welcome those companies into the greater Phoenix area, which we've started to see several of these companies started opening up shops.
You may not know yet what that SEMICON West conference looks like entirely, but what are some of the venues that you would recommend for special events during the convention?
Well, sky's the limit. The last, you can say 5, 8, 10 years total, the amount of new restaurants and venues that have opened up all throughout the downtown community. I actually had the fortunate opportunity to live here 10, 11 years ago, and where it is today, it's changed significantly. So there are great delicious new restaurants. And when I was in San Francisco, I noticed that several of these large companies that are attending SEMICON West will buy out these particular restaurants or venues for special VIP events. And fortunately, downtown, we have like the Deuce, the Abbey, Warehouse 215, several restaurant groups like the Flagship Restaurant Group, and then the Pretty Decent Concepts. So there are a lot of options for the SEMICON West attendees to utilize these fantastic facilities downtown.
So the restaurants will be great for small groups, but where could they put 10,000 people?
Great question. So also, we're very fortunate enough to have Chase Field, where our beloved Arizona Diamondbacks play baseball. We've used that particular venue site for large citywide conferences as well, for welcome receptions or end of the conference receptions as well, along with the Footprint Arena where beloved Phoenix Suns and Mercury play basketball. Those are two large facilities downtown that can accommodate 10,000 people, if not more.
SEMICON West is a biggie, but it's not your only win for the city this year. Tell us some more.
Yes, you've probably saw the news that we did secure the 2027 Men's All-Star Game, which is confirmed for Phoenix, which is fantastic. And then you touched on the WNBA All-Star Game that was here this past July. Other large conferences that we're excited to host will be RCMA. And RCMA is the Religious Conference Management Association, which is scheduled to arrive January 4th out the 10th, 2025. We have the opportunity to host a little over 300 faith-based meeting and event planners to Phoenix this January, and which gives us an opportunity to showcase the destination and land their future large events. The majority of their future events are during a need period for us, like months of the summer months here, where it's a little warm. You get your best value for those particular months. But we're extremely excited to host RCMA in January.
Fantastic. We have long had our eye on Phoenix as a star for meetings and conventions. I just want to say congratulations for landing SEMICON West, for RCMA, the growth of the destination. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for having the opportunity to chat today, and look forward to welcoming you here to Phoenix anytime soon.